As I sat back and thought about the latest developments with Hedera, it felt like a wave of excitement was washing over the entire digital asset community. I couldn't help but feel that something big was about to happen. Institutions, those major players that have the power to shape entire industries, were finally ready to embrace Hedera. And this wasn't just speculation. BitGo, one of the giants in the digital asset space, had made a bold move by joining the Hedera Council. BitGo stepping in felt like a seal of approval, the kind that sends a clear signal. Hedera is here to stay. If you don't already know, BitGo is a massive name in digital asset custody, handling secure transactions and managing assets for some of the biggest players across the globe. By becoming part of the Hedera Council in February 2023, BitGo wasn't just joining for show. It was a powerful declaration that Hedera, with its technology and potential, was worth investing in. BitGo's involvement was more than just symbolic. It felt like they were gearing up to build something solid, something that would stand the test of time. I remember hearing BitGo's director emphasize that institutions were ready, and it struck me how true that statement was. For years, the crypto world felt like an exclusive club for enthusiasts and early adopters, but now the doors were opening wide for institutions to come in. They were no longer sitting on the sidelines. Instead, they were getting their hands dirty, diving into Hedera's ecosystem and exploring what it had to offer. This move also meant something bigger. BitGo becoming part of the Hedera Council was a sign that institutions wanted to be part of a trusted, robust network. They didn't just want to observe from afar. They wanted to shape Hedera's future alongside other council members. The technology was ready, and BitGo's support only strengthened the idea that Hedera was on the verge of a breakthrough in institutional adoption. And so, as I reflected on this development, I couldn't help but feel that this was only the beginning. BitGo's entry into the Hedera Council marked the start of a new chapter, one where Hedera's potential would be explored not just by individual enthusiasts, but by some of the most powerful financial players in the world. With institutions ready and willing to adopt Hedera, the stage was set for an exciting evolution in the world of digital assets. Thinking about BitGo's role in the digital asset world, I can't help but feel a sense of awe. Here's a company that not only has a massive reach, but also manages an impressive number of assets and transactions. With over 1,500 institutional clients spread across 50 countries, BitGo is like the cornerstone of security and custody for digital assets. And when I say institutional clients, I'm talking about the big players, hedge funds, asset managers, even governments. Their trust in BitGo speaks volumes about its influence and reliability. What really blows my mind is BitGo's involvement in Bitcoin transactions. They handle about 20% of all Bitcoin transactions globally by value. Think about that for a second. A fifth of all Bitcoin transactions worldwide pass through BitGo. That's a huge slice of the pie and says a lot about their dominance in the space. It's not just about the volume, though. It's about the scale of operations and the trust BitGo has earned from some of the most powerful entities out there. When I think about BitGo's impact on Hedera's ecosystem, the possibilities start to feel endless. They're not just any digital asset custodian. They're the kind of custodian that can make waves in the industry. Their expertise, their reach, and their infrastructure mean that they have the potential to be a real game changer for Hedera. With BitGo on board, Hedera gains access to this vast network of institutional clients and the security infrastructure that BitGo brings with it. I imagine BitGo's clients are also paying attention. They're likely seeing BitGo's involvement with Hedera as a sign that Hedera is worth exploring. Institutions follow where trust and security go, and BitGo offers plenty of both. By integrating with Hedera, BitGo is opening the door for these institutional clients to consider the advantages of using Hedera's technology for their own needs. It's like a seal of approval that gives Hedera credibility and draws even more attention from institutions that may have been hesitant before. So here we are, with BitGo sitting as a major player within Hedera's ecosystem. I can't help but feel that this partnership is only going to grow stronger. BitGo's influence isn't just about numbers. It's about shaping the future of digital assets and expanding what's possible for blockchain technology. For Hedera, having BitGo on their side means access to an incredible wealth of experience and a network that could very well lead to a new wave of adoption and growth. This isn't just a partnership. It's a powerhouse combination that could drive the next big shift in the digital asset space. As I dig deeper into BitGo's involvement with Hedera, I realize there's a lot more to this partnership than just joining a council. It's all about exploring new frontiers in tokenization and custodial services, and that's where things start to get really exciting. For those who might not be familiar, tokenization is a process that takes real-world assets, think of things like real estate, stocks, or even art, and transforms them into digital tokens that can be traded on a blockchain. BitGo is set to play a crucial role in this with Hedera, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. BitGo's expertise in custodial services means they have the tools and infrastructure to securely hold and manage these digital tokens. But it's more than just holding onto assets. It's about enabling seamless transactions, creating secure environments, and ensuring that these tokens can be used in real-world applications. By offering custodial services on Hedera's network, BitGo isn't just safeguarding assets. They're paving the way for businesses and institutions to trust and use Hedera for complex financial operations. One area that really stands out to me is staking. In the world of blockchain, staking is a way for users to participate in the network by locking up their tokens and, in return, earning rewards. It's like earning interest on a savings account, but with digital assets. BitGo's entry into staking services could mean that Hedera's network will see more participation from institutions looking to earn rewards on their holdings. This, in turn, boosts the network's security and growth, creating a more robust ecosystem overall. But BitGo's plans don't stop at staking. They're also exploring how Hedera can support tokenization for real-world applications. Imagine being able to tokenize something as tangible as property or company shares, and then settle these transactions in real time, all thanks to Hedera's speedy and efficient network. BitGo's involvement adds a layer of trust and reliability that's crucial for institutional investors, making them more comfortable with the idea of using blockchain technology for these kinds of operations. Another exciting aspect is how this partnership could transform payments. We're talking about potentially faster and cheaper transactions for everything from everyday purchases to massive institutional transfers. With BitGo leveraging Hedera's technology, payments could become more streamlined and accessible, reducing costs and eliminating many of the delays we're used to in traditional banking. So, looking at the bigger picture, BitGo's membership in the Hedera Council is a stepping stone toward a future where digital tokens represent real-world assets and are easily transferable, secure, and valuable. BitGo is not only bringing its expertise, but also its influence, which could encourage other institutions to explore Hedera for their tokenization needs. This partnership is shaping up to be a key part of Hedera's mission to create a more interconnected and efficient financial ecosystem, one where tokenization, staking, and real-world payments all come together seamlessly. Reflecting on Hedera's recent partnerships, it's hard not to be impressed by the company it's keeping. By joining the Institute of International Finance, IIF, Hedera has placed itself alongside some of the biggest names in the financial world. When I saw that Hedera was working alongside heavyweights like Circle and BlackRock, I realized that this is more than just another blockchain project. It's a serious player in the push for global financial stability. The IIF is a prestigious organization. It brings together over 400 members from more than 60 countries, covering nearly every corner of the financial sector. This includes major banks, asset managers, and insurance companies. So, Hedera joining this group isn't just a networking move. It's a signal that Hedera's technology is being considered as part of the future of global finance. When institutions as large as BlackRock, which is one of the world's largest asset managers, are part of the same organization, it's clear that Hedera has some serious backing. What makes this partnership especially exciting is the kind of work the IIF focuses on. Their main mission is to promote financial stability and sustainable economic growth around the world. And let's face it, blockchain and distributed ledger technology, DLT, have the potential to make a massive impact in those areas. By improving efficiency, transparency, and security, technologies like Hedera's can streamline financial processes and open up new possibilities for institutions. With Hedera's commitment to these goals, it's no surprise that they'd be involved with an organization dedicated to advancing the financial sector on a global scale. Hedera's presence in the IIF also shows its commitment to working within the existing financial system rather than trying to replace it entirely. I think that's a smart move. It's clear to me that instead of trying to disrupt the financial industry on its own, Hedera is looking to complement and enhance what's already there. This kind of approach likely resonates with major financial institutions that are curious about blockchain but still cautious about diving in too quickly. As I see it, this partnership not only expands Hedera's influence, but also gives it access to some of the world's most powerful financial players. It's not just about who Hedera is partnering with. It's about how these partnerships can open doors to new opportunities and collaborations. With the IIF connection, Hedera can work alongside established financial leaders to develop new solutions and gain credibility in markets that might have been out of reach otherwise. The potential ripple effects of this partnership are huge. By aligning with influential financial institutions, Hedera is positioning itself as a key player in the transformation of global finance. The IIF connection shows that Hedera isn't just aiming to be a part of the blockchain space. It wants to be at the heart of the financial world's evolution. For me, this is one of the clearest signs yet that Hedera is on a path toward widespread institutional adoption, with a reach that extends far beyond the blockchain community. As I think about the future of Hedera, I'm struck by how closely tied it is to the evolving landscape of regulations around digital assets. It's no secret that the world of cryptocurrencies and blockchain is still a bit of a Wild West. There's a lot of excitement, but also a lot of uncertainty. What excites me most about Hedera, though, is that it seems uniquely positioned to thrive as this regulatory landscape becomes clearer. Right now, we're seeing more governments and regulatory bodies starting to take blockchain technology seriously. They're no longer ignoring it or dismissing it as a fad. Instead, they're looking at how they can regulate it, integrate it, and even use it themselves. This is where Hedera's strengths come into play. Unlike some other blockchain networks that might struggle to meet regulatory requirements, Hedera was built with this in mind. It's designed to be secure, efficient, and compliant. Qualities that are going to matter a lot more as regulations start to shape the industry. I see Hedera as one of the digital assets that could potentially become a blue chip in the crypto world, much like how we think of stable, high-value stocks in traditional finance. This isn't just about speculation or quick gains. It's about long-term viability and trustworthiness, things that institutions value immensely. As regulations continue to develop, I believe more and more institutions will start looking at digital assets as part of their portfolios. And when they do, they'll likely gravitate toward platforms that are known for stability and compliance. Hedera fits that bill perfectly. Another reason I'm optimistic about Hedera's future is its governance structure. The network is governed by a council of well-known, reputable organizations across different industries, which adds a layer of credibility that can't be overlooked. This kind of setup isn't just appealing to investors, it's also attractive to regulators who want to see transparency and accountability in the crypto space. As regulatory frameworks start demanding more oversight and compliance, Hedera's model of shared governance will likely give it an edge. I can imagine a future where Hedera isn't just another blockchain project, but a vital part of the financial and technological infrastructure. Picture large institutions, from banks and insurance companies to tech giants, relying on Hedera for everything from secure transactions to asset tokenization. In this scenario, Hedera isn't just a tool, it's a backbone of a new digital economy that is regulated, trusted, and widely adopted. This kind of widespread use case would naturally position Hedera as a leading name in the space, the kind of blue-chip asset that's seen as a cornerstone of any digital asset portfolio. Of course, we're not there yet. The road ahead will likely involve a lot of changes and adaptations as regulations become more defined. But I'm confident that Hedera is ready to meet these challenges head-on. Its focus on compliance, its robust governance model, and its emphasis on transparency make it a strong contender for widespread institutional adoption. As regulations take shape, I believe Hedera will not only survive, but thrive, carving out its place as a trusted leader in the world of digital assets.